Hello, my name is Pat Donaher. I am the director of the Lexington High School Jazz Ensemble and the Jazz Combo, and I'm pleased to welcome you to our first ever virtual Jazz Night. I'm coming to you from the stage of the Gillespie Auditorium here at Lexington High, which ordinarily, would be a lot busier and a lot more festive. But here we are. Despite all of the challenges of teaching and learning during a pandemic, LHS Jazz students have been busy learning about jazz, learning to improvise, collaborating with each other, and making music. And we are pleased to share some of the highlights of their work with you tonight. Some of the music was actually recorded live here. Some of it has been put together in a virtual ensemble style. Some of it is even a little more interesting than that. We thank you very much for viewing, and we hope you enjoy.
1, 2, 1,
We're here in room 131, also known as the band room. This is where all of the band and jazz classes meet here at LHS, and they've continued to, albeit with fewer kids in person this year. This is where Jazz 2 meets. Jazz 2 is the second level of our improvisation classes, where students build on the skills they picked up in Jazz 1, and we introduce some more complicated forms and some more theory ideas and various other things too. As part of the work, each student writes what's called a contrafact, which is a new melody on an existing set of chords, one of the oldest tricks in the jazz book. And we've chosen 3 from each of the 2 classes to present to you this evening, or this afternoon, or whenever you're watching this. The forms are the blues with some additional sort of rhythmic or harmonic twists. I got rhythm, which is the most standard form in jazz behind the blues, and Happy Birthday, because it presents some concepts early on that we really wanted to deal with. And Duke Ellington recorded 2 or 3 different versions of Happy Birthday. If it's good enough for Duke Ellington, it's good enough for us. We're going to open with a tune called 2020 Blues by one of our pianists, Paul. And rather than just do the virtual ensemble thing that you've probably seen on YouTube by now, we asked the students, not just the students in the class, but students across the music department, to send us their 2020 memes, because it feels like that's most of what 2020 has been good for. So we wanted to intersperse, images of the students with some of the memes that go along with this 2020 blues. This will also feature a very special guest, Mr. Jeff Leonard, who actually created this improvisation curriculum more years ago than he's willing to admit. But he was kind enough to record a solo for us, so you have that to look forward to. So this is 2020 Blues. next tune is by Dan Gorbanoff, who's new to the program this year, and we're very happy to have him. He's the pianist on this. It's based on Happy Birthday, and he calls it Little Friend. This is a placeholder. This is a placeholder. The next tune will be Kathy Zoo's Swirling featuring Justin Aramati. Thank you, F Block Jazz. Next up, we have the second Jazz 2 class that meets on G Block, so we call them G Block Jazz. This class has been interesting this year, and it's the first time that I've taught this class and we haven't had a single wind player. It's cello and guitars and pianos and bass, and also no drums. So I end up being the drummer when we are in class. I didn't want that to happen for the video, and if you've ever heard me play drums, you know why. So I want to thank profusely Darshan Swarup Belli, who is an LHS alum who is currently studying jazz drums at Northwestern University. He was kind enough to lay down some tracks for us, and you'll hear him solo on this first tune. So thanks to him. The first tune will feature Darshan as well as a couple of other folks, including the composer, our cellist James, and it's called Slide Fool. The next tune is by our pianist Roman, and it's called Meander. And for this one, visually, we're going to present some material that the digital photography class that Damien Barneschi teaches in the visual arts department. Some of it, I think, fits the theme of meandering, so we hope you enjoy this. We have a special treat for you for this last tune from the Jazz 2 classes. This is a tune by our bassist Tommy Vanderwen called Missinin, and it's going to feature, in addition to Tommy and a couple of the other soloists in the class, Ms. Natalie Cressman. Some of you might remember Natalie was our guest artist last year, and she worked with all of the middle and high school jazz students and was absolutely fantastic. And we were unable to perform with her because that Thursday was the beginning of the lockdown. So Natalie has generously agreed to appear virtually, and we hope you enjoy. She's really fantastic, and check her out at nataliecressman.com. So without further ado, Missinin featuring Natalie Cressman. Thank you again to both of the Jazz 2 classes for so much hard work and good music. And special thanks to Natalie for stepping in and giving us a little bit of the performance that we didn't get in March. We're enormously grateful. Again, check her out. She's doing some live stream concerts through this next period with her duo partner. Moving on, we have one more group for you to hear, and I'm very excited for you to hear them. This is the LHS Jazz Combo. We have been able to rehearse in person a little bit this year. We're meeting once a week instead of 4 or 5 times, so it's better than nothing. And we were able to do, we have 3 tunes for you, 2 of which we actually recorded live and 1 of which we did virtually. So we'll start with one of the live recordings. The combo always starts the year exploring the music of Charles Mingus, one of our great American composers and bassists. And I think this was the first Mingus tune that I learned, and it's a lot of fun. It's complicated and tricky, and I think they're doing a great job navigating it. So here is Peggy's Blue Skylight, and we'll be showing some images both of Mingus and of how combo rehearsal looks in 2020. Peggy's Blue Skylight. Some eagle-eyed viewers might be noticing that sometimes when people are playing, it's not quite the same thing as what it is on the music. As much as I'd like to sort of blame the fact that I'm a child of the 80s and grew up watching early MTV, it's more speaks to the challenges of creating these digital ensembles and getting things quite right. So we're learning as we go, and I firmly believe that the music is the most important thing. So we'll get the visuals will catch up. The next tune we did create digitally with a virtual ensemble. This is a tune that I discovered thanks to the great singer Cecile McLaurin-Savant. It's from a really crazy Nat King Cole record from the early 1960s. And this is the final tune on the record, and it features our great singer Helen Boltman. It's called Wild is Love.
Wild is love, wherever two hearts meet. Wild is love, bitter but oh so sweet. And I know I must go wherever love takes me. Whatever love makes me, I will be like a fire burning beyond control. Wild is love, deep in my heart and soul. And the wild is the wind, and wild is the roaring sea. Nothing could ever be as wild as love.
I should mention that all of the arrangements that you hear from Combo are student generated in different ways, but all of them come from the players themselves figuring it out, and sometimes I help. So bravo to them. That's something we think is really important in how Combo works. We have one more tune for you, but before we play that, I have a lot of thank yous. This couldn't have happened without a lot of help from a lot of folks. Starting with Dr. Hackett and the folks at Central Office for all of their support of me and other educators in learning how to teach and create in this crazy new environment. I received some funding this summer to learn how to make these virtual ensembles, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you to the administration at the high school, Dr. Baker and Dr. Stevens, for really working with all of the ensemble directors in helping us, get kids playing together as much and as safely as we could.
we had a lot more leeway than a lot of other districts in terms of meeting, figuring out how to meet safely and then doing it. So I'm very, very grateful for that. You wouldn't be hearing this if it wasn't for what they helped us do. Thank you to FOLMADS, our booster group, who have given a lot of resources to a lot of different folks. Specifically, they're helping underwrite master classes for the jazz department this year. We had Sherwin Irby in November, the great saxophonist from the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra, to talk to our students and students from sister schools, and FOLMADS made that possible. If you would like to support that work, we're hoping to do at least 2 or 3 more of those. There's a link down at the bottom of the screen there, and you can donate to FOLMADS. The money will go right to the projects that myself and the other teachers are creating, and you can earmark it for jazz if you really like what you heard tonight or would like to hear it get better, which we always do. And finally, thank you to Mr. Jared Cassidy, the coordinator of performing arts for the district. He's just been tireless in his efforts to bring the best possible learning to all of our students and supporting all of the teachers, and he's just been immense, which is remarkable for a man who only stands about 5'4", but he's just been spectacular, and we couldn't have gotten through this without him. So thank you to all those folks. Thank you to everybody who's tuning in and watching and listening. We appreciate you very much, and we hope you enjoyed it. Our last tune is by Charles Christopher Parker, aka Yardbird. This is the 100th birthday of Charlie Parker, and we'll be celebrating it as we go. And here we'll take you out with a little bit of My Little Suede Shoes with the LHS Jazz Combo. Thank you. Have a wonderful holiday. Be safe, and we'll see you again very soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.